Yes, it is. Okay, so we can see me today. Hey everyone, welcome. I'm Sarah, and today's karma class is one I actually do with some private clients. So if you are detoxing from opioids, one of the worst things, well, it was for me personally, one of the top worst things was my legs and the restless legs and just that feeling where it made me just literally want to just punch and pound and shake my legs continuously, and it was just awful, and don't recommend doing it that way. So I have a practice that I do with a couple of my clients that help them. So I'm going to share it with you all as one of my karma classes today. The only thing is that'll be different is the ending, where you can either do this in the morning or anytime really, or at night before bed. So if you're going to do it for bedtime, you'll just do one thing differently than the people that will do it for morning or afternoon. So we're going to start off. Oh, and for today's class, you can also, if you're just new to detoxing or what have you, and you're still, this is Frankie, in bed, you can do this in bed or on the sofa even. You probably could even still do it on the sofa or the floor, wherever's comfortable for you. Just, use some pillows if you don't, want to use any blocks or don't have any available or don't feel like getting up and getting them. Because I've been there, done that, where I've not felt like getting up and getting anything. So, we're going to start out on our backs, lying down. And Frank, you gotta move over here. And the first thing you're going to do is we are just going to put our hands, stretch them out to a T, or you can cactus shape them. Bend your knees, feet flat on the floor, push into your heels, scoochie, your hips to the right. Take your right leg, cross it over your left, and let your knees drop to the left. You can use your left hand, put it onto your knee to help hold it down if you want to, or stretch it out. And just look over your right shoulder, just keeping that shoulder blade firmly down to the bed or the ground or your mat. Frankie. And just keep that belly button turning up towards the ceiling. Just gonna take a couple of deep breaths. And inhale your knees to center. Uncross, and we'll do the other side. Just push into the floor. Scooch those hips over a little bit. Cross your left over your right. Let your knees drop to the right. I'm going to use my left hand to push down on my knee a little bit. And I'm going to keep my left arm in a goalpost shape. Just keep your shoulder blade pushing into the ground, looking over that left shoulder, and your belly button turning up towards the sky. Take a couple of deep breaths in and out through your nose. Inhale back to center. Just gonna get towards the center. And then you're going to just go into happy baby. So bring your legs up and holding on to the outside where the pinky toe is. And just kind of push your knees out and down towards the floor or towards your armpits. And then just give it a nice push, make sure your lower back is flat. If you're on the floor, and if you're on the bed, just make it as flat as you possibly can. And then maybe, if it feels good, you could try to straighten that right leg up, holding on wherever works for you, and give it a little stretch. And then bend and stretch out the left leg. And bend it, push it back down. Do it again, stretch. Bend it back down. Stretch. And it back down. And bring our feet down. Now, straighten out your left leg as far as you can. It can be completely straight. If you've got it completely straight, try to keep those toes facing up towards the ceiling. If not, it's fine to have a bend in it and have your foot flat on the floor. So you're going to take your right leg, and bring it towards your right armpit and shoulder. Just have it over. And let's twist our ankle to the right or to the left. And then twist it back the other way. I can always go better one way than the other. And then point and flex. Flex, spread the toes, point and flex. And twist. This next part's where you're going to have to use a little bit of arm strength. But I promise the more arm strength you can use, the more it will help. So straighten your right leg and hold on to wherever is the most comfortable for you. And you're going to, using a little bit of resistance, bend your right leg and knee in towards your armpit and then straighten. And if you can see my leg shaking just a little bit, it's because I'm using a lot of resistance. You don't have to do that if you're not up to it yet. Because I know sometimes, when we're detoxing, especially off of opioids, we're tired and we just can't do a lot. So if you can only do 2 or 3, 4 of these, that's fine. Do as many as you can, keeping your toes pointed. Now, your toes pointed, push your leg into your hand and pull back with your arms. So it's kind of like you're pushing and pulling at the same time, using some resistance. And we're going to do that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend it back in and straighten it. And then now point your toes towards you. And we're going to do the resistance again. So pushing your leg as hard as you possibly can into your hands and pulling back at the same time. We're going to hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend it in, and we'll switch and go to the other side. So take your left leg, bring it towards that shoulder and armpit, and let's just twist our ankle a few times. Twist it the other way. Spread the toes, point, flex, spread the toes, twist, twist, point, flex, and then straighten that leg. And holding on to where it works for you, keeping your toes pointed, and using some of that resistance, like I said. The more resistance you can do, the better it will help you and make your legs feel, hopefully. So you're just going to bring it in and straighten it back out. Bring it down towards your armpit, straighten it back out. Just a few more times. One more. Last one. And straight. Now, push that leg into those hands and pull back at the same time. And you're going to feel it. We're going to hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. Straighten it back out. Now, point your toes down towards your face. And we're going to kick that leg into our hands again. And we're going to do it again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bring it back in. Alright, now if you've got a pillow, I'm going to use a block. but you can use a pillow. Now this next pose is really intense if you do it up on a block. So if it feels too much for you, it's fine to just remove it and do it flat on the floor or on the bed. Place your block or pillow under the upper squishy part of your bottom. Bring your feet together and let your knees and legs fall open. You can take your hands and bring them up over your head. And this pose is really, really intense like this for some people. That's why I have my block on the lowest setting. And if it's just too intense, just remove it and just do it on the bed or the floor. Just like this. We're just going to be here just for a minute. But of course you can stay as long as you need to. Getting a good stretch too in your shoulders and arms, stretching them up over your head if that feels good in your body. If not, you can bring them on your stomach or you can bring them out to the sides, wherever feels best for you. Now here's where we're going to do it differently. If you are doing this before bed, you're going to bring your knees together and you putting your hands down by your side, and you're going to go up into a legs up the wall variation. And you can stay here for, at least 3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, as long as you feel like it. And this is really going to help you sleep and rest. This is one of my favorite things to do when I can't sleep. I will do this for about 10-15 minutes. It really helps. If you're doing this in the morning or afternoon, you're going to remove your block and you're going to cross your right leg over your left knee and bring it in for a nice gentle stretch, holding on. And you're going to switch sides. Take your left foot across your right knee, bring it in, keeping that foot flexed. And a nice stretch. And it doesn't have to, you don't have to pull in really hard, just a nice little one. Bring it down. So no matter where you're at, if you were doing this before bed, you can just turn off the video and go to sleep. And if you were doing this for the morning or afternoon, you can turn over onto your side. Lay here for a second. Thank yourself for doing an amazing job and taking time to get onto your mat. And slowly push up. Reach those arms way up. Stretch, look up. Wrap them around you tightly. Chin down, hug and squeeze. Thank you for joining me for this short practice. I do hope it helps somewhat, and I will see you all really soon. Bye.